So just to so welcome everybody to the Community Mentoring Program introductory session for 2026. We're glad you could all come along for the session. It's a pretty relaxed, a few hearing from a few different people, and we can answer any questions that you may have. So we'll start off with an acknowledgement of country. So as we come together virtually today, let's take a moment to acknowledge the country we're on and pay respect to the elders and communities of the land we are on in our geographically dispersed locations. In the spirit of the yarn, what we initiate today here as part of our coming together as a community, we hope to continue throughout the year. So feel free to pop your own acknowledgements in the chat if you would like to. Okay, so we might just start off with a little brief overview of the community mentoring program. And if I'd like to, I guess, introduce myself, we're just going to let another person in there. I'm Penny White, and I'm helping to, look after this program along with my colleagues. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Justine Malden. I'm from Edith Cowan University, and I did the community mentoring program maybe 2024, I think. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Bugden. I'm from the University of New England and I'm connecting from Annawan land today. I've done the community mentoring program in 2016, so a little while ago now.
Yes. And Justine, we're just saying that we shared a mentor. My mentoring was a few years ago, I think in 2022, uh, having Amanda White. And you were just mentioning this privilege as well.
Yes, I had Amanda White and Kashmira Dave were my
Oh,
fabulous mentors. Yeah.
yes, yes. And so the community mentoring program, we've got quite a few people who have had many experiences with the program here today. So it's a great forum to ask questions. And so this is a professional mentoring relationship, and it can be quite varied areas that you might like to work on with an agreed goal, and it's for all academics and professionals, and it's a variety of areas that you might like to work on. You can have a one-on-one relationship or be in a group. Anything else we want to say, add to that?
We'll be popping links in the chat where you can find more information and also where you can register. My biggest tip when you register for CMP as a mentee is to give us as much information about your goals as possible so that that helps us when we match mentors to mentees. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. Okay, so then we have Kashmira Dave with us today, who's going to speak about an option that's available as part of the CMP program. Do you want to take it away, Kashmira?
Yeah, thanks, Fanny. So on behalf of Leon and I, I'll just introduce a little bit around research mentorship. Um, so um, we had been a part of CMP for a long time, and we both do the learning design special interest group as well. And while in the conference, we also received feedback from our third space professionals that it would be fabulous for them if they have some mentoring around research and how to get started, or if you are already in the further assistance. So as a part of community mentoring program ASCILITE, we have kind of like a sub branch of CMP, which we call research mentoring. Primarily, it is not like you will be taught around methodology or data collection or sampling and all of that. What we are trying to do as a part of research mentoring is to get you started. So if you are thinking, okay, when you are listening to presentations in ASCILITE or see the posters, and you think, oh my God, I do everything that is told here, and then you are not the person who is presenting. What that means is that you didn't get started, or you have some sort of barrier, or you need some assistance or support in getting started. So that's the whole goal about it. So we broadly talk about as a part of the program in a webinar format. We touch upon dissemination, how to get started, write research proposal, and so on and so forth, which is open to everyone. But then we have one-on-one mentoring. So that is very much catered to what you want. So we understand that we are all at a different level or in our journey in research. So we have you get started from where you are and take you further. So if that means that we help you do ethics, we will do it. If that means that we will help you conceptualize, we will do that. If that means we will help you decide your methodology and get you aware of different kind of methodologies. And if you have something written down and you want to refine it and put it somewhere, then we will guide you towards where you can put it, how you can do it, and so on and so forth. So anything that you need help with in furthering your research skills, we are there for you. So that's like in nutshell what we do. At this stage, we are only thinking of having 10 mentees. So if you are interested in taking your research one step further, please join us.
Thanks, Kashmira. And if people have got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat or
Sure. Yeah.
raise your hand. I was just going to say, Kashmira, if is this stream suitable if people might not be quite ready to actually embark on research but are just interested?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So what we do, which is kind of like it's not part of this, but it's like a companion initiative by Learning Design Special Interest Group, is we also do a open education research with education resource with DOI. So if you want to just write about your practice without getting involved into any kind of ethics, proper research, but you want to get published, which you can quote somewhere, or you can, we give that platform as well. So yes, if you want to kind of like use this mentoring as a stepping stone and not yet ready to embark into like formal research, you can use it that way as well.
Thanks, Kashmira. And I just thought I'd mention that the CMP program, does have people who have research aspirations or interests as well. It's just that we've now got this other stream as well as another option. But that's not to say that you can't be in the CMP program, not selecting this stream to be in the same, in terms of interested in research or other aspects. So thank you for that, Kashmira. And are there any questions or comments at this stage? Not yet. So we come to the really exciting part of our session today, which is hearing from past mentees and mentors sharing their experiences. And we might kick off with Amanda White.
Hey everybody, and it's great to see lots of people here today. I don't have any slides, I'm just going to talk. So I got into the CMP program pre-COVID because I couldn't figure out where do I start when it comes to educational research and educational technology research. And I was lucky enough to be paired with Elaine Huber, who is our vice president of ASCILITE back then. And ever since then, it was great to get to work with somebody outside my own institution. And then since then, I've gone on to mentor, I think, 3 or 4 different times. And you'll see some of those mentors who are right here, like Penny and like Justine. I don't think Aster is coming along. But I really love mentoring as a mentor because it's just part of that giving back. And I'd like to say that I've become pretty good friends with all the people that I've mentored over time as well. So I highly encourage everybody to think about what is that goal. And sometimes that goal is, with Penny, it was about navigating the community and how to figure out how to move forward. And she's moved on to great research projects and other things. So it was quite varied when I mentored with Penny. With Justine, it was more about trying to figure out, how do I build that digital presence for myself? And how do I figure out who I am and how I tell the world my expertise, because that's quite an important thing to do, especially if you're in a third space professional role or even an education focused academic role where you don't have the capacity or the time to do a lot of publications. So, trying to figure out brand positioning, but mentoring can also be about how you might prepare for promotion or strategically think about something or develop a new skill. So just try and be as specific as you can with mentoring, and really just getting to know your mentor on a personal level really helps build that connection as well. There's some people that, I still send a little message with before we go to ASCILITE, like, are you coming this year? Have you prepared something? Or I saw you on the program. Because I do social media, I'm always reminding my mentees, don't forget to tell everybody what you're going to be doing at the conference. Um, so it's always great to have someone in the mentoring program, and I've loved doing it, and will continue doing so for as long as as long as I can. And my workload capacity, I always make sure I have workload for this because it's just one of the real great joys of being part of the ASCILITE community too. Everybody's lovely.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and you could request somebody, but that doesn't always happen. So I know that some people have requested me in the past and not got paired with me. So that's okay because all of the mentors are really great.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amanda. Yeah, some might get reputations of going above and beyond, as I would attribute to Amanda White. But yes, we have many fabulous, amazing mentors, and it looks like Peter's keen to share next.
No,
Am I
I
throwing
was
you in
just
the deep
clapping
end when your
for
name was
I was
third?
I was clapping for Amanda, and I'm one of those who have not had the chance to be a mentee of Amanda. Very sadly. Yes. But yes, happy to share my journey. It's been wonderful for me. I've met so many friends. I never treat them like, I've never known a place where I could actually get to know someone so closely because we meet so often. We get to know more than just the work we do. We share about everything. And so I think it's a very rewarding journey. It's a pity that you can only be a mentee once because there's so many people here that I would like to be a mentee of, but you could only be a mentee once. But when I have the chance to be a mentor, I make sure that I have a learning journey as well that helps my mentee meet their goals and I meet mine as well in terms of learning. So that's putting it all in a nutshell.
Thank you, Poover. And that's a really nice angle that the learning is for mentees and mentors, and it's a journey together. And even if you're positioning yourself as a mentee, you have a lot to offer as well. So, yeah. Now, do we have Camille, would you like to share?
Hi all. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but I'm here and I'm on leave actually, but I just remembered I had this session today. So I've done ASCILITE mentoring for quite a while now. I can't remember the first time. Poover, was it with you? No. Were we mentors together?
We
No.
were we were mentors together
But it
sometime
was a while
back.
back, right?
Yeah, sometime back. Yes.
Sometime back, all right. A lot of people in the room have had me in some form or the other. Um, And as well as I've done mentoring with other groups as well. I've done it with EduCause, which is an international organization. I've done it with ACT. I've done it with other universities. I've done it in many different circumstances. And all I can tell you is that, like Amanda said, having a goal is important. If that goal changes when your mentorship starts, that's fine as well. right? Don't be tied to that goal too tightly because sometimes what happens in your day-to-day work environment changes the purpose of why you're um, interacting with mentors and interacting with people from different spaces. The key thing, oh, Ray's here as well. Hi, Ray. The key thing my mentees would tell you is that I kind of draw down on who they are. I look at their identity and I draw from their identity to really see what part their goals should take and how that journey should look. So looking for specificity is really important. Looking for networks is important. Kashmir can tell you that as well. We look at a lot of broad networking, etc. And the relationships are lifelong. They're not terminated at the end. I still interact with everyone I've had as a mentor for the last 20, 25 years. I still interact with all of them. We still publish. We still meet up when we're in the same continent. We still chat with each other. I still give up to this day. I was giving recommendations for jobs, etc. So it's key to understand that when you go into that relationship, that it's not a boundaried relationship. You know how you can have that 6 degrees of separation when you're interacting with people. Think of trying to solve the problems, or you're getting a mentor for a reason. Try to solve those problems, but you have to have some level of vulnerability. And I guarantee you, your mentors will also be vulnerable with you. So just be mindful of that and don't go into it feeling that you have to be guarded, etc. But just know that we're here to support and best of luck. Okay, thanks.
Thanks so much, Camille. And I think the community kind of element is coming out here in terms of the relationships between the people here. And I had the fortune of having Camille coach me just before an ASCILITE presentation, so in the hour or two before I was about to go on. And I know that Lisa and I were supportive of each other about to present in the same, group of Pekka coaches at the ASCILITE, which is really beautiful thing to have that kind of supporting network around you. Ray, did you want to make any comment at all? You're not obliged to there. I'm just putting you on the spot. But if you wanted to contribute anything after hearing from Camille, that would be fine. And if not, perhaps is Chen with us and happy to share now?
I'm happy to say something, Penny. It's Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, Camille and Kashmira were my mentors in the CMP, and I went into it with an interest in wanting and an aspiration, but no actual real idea of what was involved in research. Because in my role, I was a professional staff member as a learning designer. So I thought, well, what am I even doing? How am I even going to do this? So I went in, and I take Camille's point about not being too closely wedded to a plan, because it evolved as the relationship sort of took effect, and we ended up submitting, completely unplanned, a full paper to ASCILITE, which has actually been something that's accelerated my career in ways I did not anticipate. And as a very practical outcome of that, today is my first day as senior lecturer learning futures, which has all happened in the space of, it felt like 5 minutes, but thank you, Kashmir. But it's absolutely to do with the community and the relationships and the new capabilities that I've built through the CMP. So it's been excellent. Thank you, guys.
Oh, congratulations, Ray, and thank you so much for sharing this. Okay, so we might see if Chen's ready to share. So please introduce yourself and share about your experience.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here and to share a little about my experience in the community mentoring program as a mentee in 2025. It's also very happy to meet my mentor, Camille, in this meeting role. Yeah, as academics engaging in the scholarship teaching and learning, we often work across institutional boundaries and disciplinary identities. So I have found that this space can feel both exciting and uncertain. For example, we may have ideas, aspirations, even early projects, yet still be asking ourselves where our work truly sit and how to move it forward strategically. So for me, CMP became a structured and a deeply supportive space where that uncertainty could be explored productively. Throughout the program, we met regularly online to discuss goals, reflect on practice, and support one another's professional growth. What made it especially powerful was the strong collegial relationship we have formed. We learned from one another, challenged each other constructively, and sharpened our thinking together. Another valuable outcome was I think the professional network that emerged. So the connection extended well beyond our like scheduled sessions. What developed was a genuine, I would say, a community practice, a space where we could openly share challenges, learn from diverse perspectives, and support each other's growth. So personally, the program strengthened my research confidence and scholarly leadership in Soto. So it helped me move forward with great clarity, purpose, and direction. So if someone considering joining CMP in 2026, I would encourage you to think of it not just as a mentoring, but as a structural space for growth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cheng, and I hope that people watching this or joining us today are getting a sense of the variety of ways that you might engage with the CMP program. And hopefully we've got Diani happy to share up next. There you are, Diani. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I was a new academic last year, education focused, so had no clue what to do in terms of education research. And luckily, I stumbled upon this CMP program. My mentors were Pua and Sandra. And initially, when we met up, I was so happy to be able to talk to somebody, just to pour my heart out. And then that was the main thing for me, to be honest with you. And then we made a goal to submit something to ASCILITE. We didn't make a plan up to what, but submit something. And then what happened was Pua and Sandra made me realize what I can write and what I should be writing. And then I started writing. And that's what they helped me to just write. And that gave me the confidence of like, okay, what I'm doing in class is important and I could actually write it like a sort of project. And then that led to other research projects through networking that happened through ASCILITE, because my mentors are linked to other academics um, as well as meeting people in ASCILITE, and this community was very important to me. And I'm very thankful and grateful, and hopefully I will be able to give back someday to the community.
Thank you so much, Diani. It seems to be a common theme that people, have a spot in their heart for the CMP program and how it's enabled them and really want to come back to, to give back again and again. So that's fantastic. Now I'm going to invite Zoe Zhang to share her experience with us. Hi, Zoe.
Yeah. Hi, Penny. Oh, yeah. So attended the CMP program last year, and Penny was my mentor. And my case is slightly different from everyone else. I was actually working as a multimedia designer in a tape, and my students were secondary school students. And after AI become a thing, my work suddenly lose value, and also I lost my job. I applied a lot of learning designers roles and in the higher education in other situations as well, but I didn't hear anything back. No one actually told me that you'll be selected for the interview. I feel so frustrated and even a little bit depressed. I had to talk to a psychologist. I lost my identity. I don't know what I can do in my life. And then the people tell me there's a CMP program, and then I feel so desperate. I'll just try everything. And then in the afternoon, I just apply this. And one day, Penny called me and say, "Okay, Zoe, you're exception, but I really want to help you." And because she remembered in my application, I said that I need a job. shocking mark 3 times. And yeah, that's how my journey started. Yeah. And then in the ongoing monthly Zoom like catch up with Penny, Penny showed me about the higher education system and how academic working with learning designers and how this kind of inner rules of this kind of thing, and show me about the Deacon's real course examples. Later, she even helped me to gain the casual research role in her team, and thus also prepare me for an internal in Deacon learning design interview. Although I didn't get that role, but I gained very valuable interview experience. That was my first learning design interview, and yeah. And so I learned so much through this, through this process. But more importantly, Penny actually picked me up and made me gradually believe in myself and gain confidence. And then later, I finally made my decision. I'm gonna join a course. I studied a graduate certificate of learning design, and I got all the HD and a few of my assessment. I got a full mark. And even before I graduated, I got a ongoing full-time role in that university, which is Victoria University. At the same time, I also applied another role in the University of Melbourne. I also been selected for the preferred candidate, but however, for some reason, I chose to go to VU, which is the uni I study, so I quite like it. So yeah, and also another tips Penny told me that to try to meet the people who is also in this field, and then by doing this, I met many lovely people who is very sharing and would write me long email back to me and tell me, okay, I think this is your gap. You need to work on this. I think this is software you need to pick up, and this is a learning management system you need to be familiar with. And people also tell me about how to stand out in the interview. And yeah, I can't expect this can happen. Like that last year was so difficult for me, and a lot of up and downs, and it's a big breakthrough for me. For me, how do I transition from multimedia design to learning design, from secondary teaching to higher education? And yeah, and Penny also funded me $200 for me to go into the conference, and I had a lot of fun, especially for that Galaxy, the party night. Oh, that was so great, so fun. And then yeah, also with some money for me to ride the scooters around LA. That's really a thing for me. And now I'm already in my new role in the VU for nearly 3 months now. I'm still at a very new one, but I'm learning as an entry level learning designer. I really enjoy it, and my colleagues, managers, the director are all very supportive. And I did an innovation pitch for the AI enhanced learning design. Although I didn't become the winner, but my director voted me for the second top. So my idea will still be supported in some way to be implementing in our team, in our portfolio. So I'm very grateful so I can start to get into this field. And thank you so much, Penny, and thank you for everyone I met at the ASCILITE conference last year, and happy to see you again in the future.
Thank you so much, Zoe. You're getting a
Yeah.
lot of reactions from the people in
Oh,
the group here, and I think
thank you.
everybody's, support and just love to hear of the good news stories. We've got Diani heading off now, and I know Amanda will need to go in about 10 minutes. But thank you, Zoe, so much for sharing. And of course, the CMP program doesn't promise any particular results or particular supports, and this does just serve to show that there are a variety of goals. They may be shifting goals, things that you didn't know that you needed to know, but that community element is coming out again about you're not just alone, and it's not even necessarily just a one-to-one relationship. And so I think our final sharing is going to be from Lisa, sharing on behalf of Nicole Bazzano.
Can you all hear me? Yes. Okay, cool. And can you see my screen? You can see this is Nicole's slide. So Nicole was mentored last year by Hank Hughes, Safara, and myself. So she actually had 3 mentors. And that was just the way the cookie crumbled for her. But it was a really lovely mentoring group. And I would say that we all got to share and learn together. So our mentoring group met once a fortnight, and it took Nicole a little while to think through sort of what she wanted to achieve with the mentoring kind of group. And eventually she kind of decided to focus on research and produce an ASCILITE poster for conference. So Nicole's research was based on her role as a learning designer in a curriculum redesign process. And what Nicole would say is that the mentoring group gave Nicole opportunities for professional growth. So we found our conversations weren't just research focused, they were broader and sometimes focused on what was happening in higher ed, also career development kind of chats. And obviously, we just got to know each other, like everyone's been saying, and we were becoming friends, I would say. I think a massive highlight for all of us was getting to meet in person at ASCILITE conference after months of collaborating online. And Nicole calls it a career highlight. I would say that that's what I experienced as well. It was excellent to get to know people above my own institution and to work together towards a shared goal. So yeah, that's probably what Nicole had. There's also a picture of her poster there as well.
Thank you, Lisa. It's been beautiful to hear all of the sharing of the people that have indicated they're happy to share today. This will conclude the formal part of our session today, but we'll stick around and answer any questions, or if people have got further comments, we can do that.
So Penny, I think Diana is here as well. And
Oh, sorry.
yeah, no,
Thank
that's
you so much. Sorry, Diani.
no,
No, sorry,
Diana.
Diana. Oh,
Hi everyone.
Diana. Please, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Kashmira.
Yeah, that's okay. I was like just listening on the background and I was like thinking, oh, I haven't really prepared anything. But last year was my first year being a mentee, and my mentor was Leanne and Richard from La Trobe. And we are part of the learning design research for the third space professional. And yeah, me, myself, and Sandra, when we came in, Sandra is the other mentee, when we came in, and we have, once again, it's great to set up that goal. And the first time when we set up that goal, both of us actually would like to go on a further study. And yeah, so we were thinking, we've been doing this, in higher education for a while, and like tossing, should we actually go and study further in terms of our research? That's then in the beginning of last year, until like throughout through the workshop that happening. Thank you so much, Kasmira, and all of the guests who are actually doing the workshop for the whole year. And I actually also sending it to all of my other colleagues as well to come and join, because it's open for everyone. That's really great. So at that time, still not sure, but at the end of the year, both me and Sandra kind of know that we want to take our further study, which I took on board quicker than Sandra, because Sandra said due to her circumstances, she'll wait until but then she already decided that she also wants to do PhD. So currently I'm also enrolled in a PhD study. So yeah, thank you so much for that opportunity, and knowing that this CMP, I really enjoy it. I really would like to be part of it in some whatever capacity that I can continuing on. Yes, thank you.
Penny, may I add a little bit?
Yes, please.
Research mentoring was last year was the first year. And we had Diana, Sandra, Ray, and there's another mentee who isn't here called Simin. Now, Simin already had PhD, and Ray has submitted, so we can call she's a PhD as well. And Diana is very experienced. You are in professional staff at the moment, right? But
yes.
She is let me admit, it's just more than many academics. So it's not that when you enter into mentoring relationship, you are lacking something. It is mutual and mutually enriching experiences. So I don't know. Like I mean, of course, they did have some tangible results through research mentoring, but I must tell you, Diana, you and Ray, while you are here, and Camille will agree that we also learned a heap from you, like a lot, and we really enjoyed our 1 year companionship and the kind of work we did together, and the ideas that we exchanged and all of that. So we really like it's so I just want to say that you don't have to be at a level where you think that you don't know, but if you want to enhance something, we can enhance it together.
Mm. Thank you.
Thank you both. Thank you, Kashmira. So what we might do now is say we'll bring the formal part of the session to a close, but still stick around and have chats and sharing going on. But I know some people might have to get to their next engagement. So thank you all for joining us today. And if there's any questions or sharing that people want to do now. Now I know Rowan's got an important question about if the promise of